Hi, Aurora. Sherry here. So I'm going to do a reading for you. I'm going to do a divine partnership reading. I'm going to use the Tarot Illuminati for the main spread, and then my cards for clarification, and then I'll pull a message from the universe for you as well, okay? So in his love and relationship position, wow, we got the Knight of Cups. This is somebody who is the knight in shining armor. He's going after his love. Um, so this is how he views your relationship as as being loving and romantic and heart-centered. Okay, so for what he's resisting is the Ten of Pentacles. This is the happy ending in the material world. So this is working towards something, to retirement, to abundance. There's a sense that he's worked very hard in his life and to build up a wealth for himself. But he realizes that happiness comes from being surrounded by friends and family and not from material gain. So this is something that is resisting. So I'm going to pull a clarifier for that one. Okay, so message from his higher self is the Two of Pentacles. So this talks about being balanced, taking on too many tasks. You feel like 1,000 balls are being juggled. So Spirit is asking him to go with the flow, be flexible, be the calm within the storm. Okay, so recent past position. The 10, again, this is a 10 of Wands. Again, it talks about having too many burdens on your back. Feeling like you've got just too many responsibilities. Same kind of idea. But this talks about that nearing completion. Tens are the end of a cycle. So this is a recent past position. So there's a sense that he's coming to completion. Putting down the wands, putting down the burden. Okay, so what is his present position, please? Wow, the Ace of Cups. Presently, he feels love overflowing. This couple of love is a brand new beginning of love. It's a gift from the universe. Okay, so in his future position, Ace of Swords, another one. So far, he's got a 10, which reduces to a 1, another 10, which reduces to a 1, an ace, which is 1, and another 1. So that's 4 1s so far. So this is having clarity of thought. It's triumphant. It's victory. It's success. It's moving forward with an idea. So it's about feeling strong and moving forward with something. And that probably has to do with love. Quite clearly, it's about love. Okay, so his message from the universe. The Magician card. So he is spiritually connected to Source, or he is able to manifest his ideas into reality. He has all the tools available to him to make things actually become a reality. So it seems to me like he's working on something. So it's a message from the universe. He's working on something magical. Trying to figure out how to manifest something. Okay, so message, or what is surrounding him? The Queen of Cups. So this could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Or it could just represent your energy, because this is an energy that's surrounding him. So the Queen of Cups is a very loving, generous, warm, giving person. She's also very intuitive. But she's full of love, and she's willing to give that love. So he feels that energy is surrounding him right now. Okay, what is he afraid of? The King of Pentacles. That's interesting, because that would be this person here. I'm getting the sense that he feels that he can't provide for you in the material world, that he doesn't have enough to offer you, because it's in the fear position. This is could represent an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. I don't know. You'll have to look them up. But this generally talks about abundance. This is somebody who's worked their entire life to build up this wealth, and they're very generous, open, and giving as well, but in the material realm. This could represent not necessarily the earth sign or King of Pentacles. It could just represent that energy in the 3D world. He could be afraid, of having a relationship in the 3D world, having this happy ending, because it's what he's resisting. I'm going to pull some clarifiers for that, okay? But it's kind of neat how we've got the king and queen right beside each other. It's not of the same suit, but they're right beside each other nonetheless. Okay, so how do you view this relationship? Wow, the Queen of Pentacles. So anytime I see the king and the queen show up, doesn't matter which suit, I associate that with the twin flame connection. So we got the king and the queen here of Pentacles. The queen is a very independent woman. She can hold her own. She is very successful. She's a warm, nurturing mother. She can hold a full-time job and look after her kids at the same time. So she doesn't need to rely on anybody. So this reading seems to be centered around material things. So you view him as making you feel this way, feeling powerful and independent. I'm going to pull a clarifier for that one. Okay, so what are you resisting? This is the High Priest, the Hierophant. This talks about someone who has that connection to the collective, to higher power, kind of like the magician, except for this talks about manifesting things into reality, whereas this talks about being connected to source, to your spirituality. This could represent a person, like a leader in the spiritual world, or this could be you needing to connect more with people, or being this person, being this leader, sharing your stories and helping people find their light. Okay, so what is the message from your higher self? Communication. 8 of Wands. I link this directly to communication. In my deck, I have a woman actually on a phone and she's communicating. So this could be messages coming in, whether it's from instant messenger or by air, basically. It could be a phone call. So message is telling me that your higher self is telling me that you want to communicate. You got a lot of things that you need to express. I'm going to pull a card for that one as well. Okay, so recent past position, please, Spirit. What? Another king. So this is the King of Wands. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. This is somebody who is a leader. They're very charismatic. They're the center of attention. They basically get people to do things for them. They, get people fired up and organized, and then they have people carry out the things for them, or for him. Like, whether it's like a business adventure, oh God, why can't I talk? Whether it has to do with a new business or just a new idea, moving forward, being a leader, basically. So that's your recent past. What is your present position? Wow, money again. This is the Nine of Pentacles. This is a woman who has worked very hard, again, to build up that wealth and independence. It's a very similar feeling to this card here. Both women are independent. They're very knowledgeable. They've worked hard. But this card talks about completion. Presently, you're working towards this queen. Right now, you're the 9. It also talks about self-care. You need to look after yourself and enjoy life. Treat yourself to a massage. Just rest, relax, and enjoy the fruits of your labor. So I'm thinking this might be a boss, perhaps. This could also represent a boss as well, but I'm thinking more that the fire sign is, he's more of a leader, someone who gives orders or instruction. Okay, so what is your future position? 4 of Pentacles. So this talks about somebody being closed off, or they're holding on too tightly. So this could be you holding on too tightly or being closed off, or vice versa. Your twin could be closed off or holding on too tightly to you. Okay, message from the universe. 5 of Wands. So this is conflict, struggle, but it isn't a negative energy. It is more of a competition kind of thing. You're trying to figure out how to make your light shine. So I'm getting a feeling that you're fighting for love. It seems to me like there are several couples in this reading. Okay, we got the King and Queen, which is the twin flame connection. But you're showing up as the Queen of Cups. And the reason why I say that also is because we got this Knight of Cups. So it's the same suit. So this is the energy that he wants to move towards, which is the Knight of Cups. He feels this loving energy surrounding him. But then there's this oddball wand kind of just hanging out there in the past. Kind of makes me think that maybe he or she is, coming between this couple. Okay, so the energy that is surrounding you. 6 of Swords. So this talks about moving from a difficult situation to calmer waters. You're moving into the light. You're leaving negative thought behind. So it's a surrounding energy. So that kind of just tells me you're ready to let go of attachments, let go of outcomes, and just find that sense of peace within yourself, that stillness, that calmness. But Spirit is telling me is that you are headed in the right direction. You're moving in a positive direction. Okay, and so what is it that you fear? Judgment. That's interesting. This talks about awakening. It's being, it usually comes in, you know, suddenly. It's like redemption. It's a grand awakening, realizing that you've been conditioned your entire life, that you carry other people's history and stories along with you, and realizing that you're free, that you are a beautiful soul, in a, you know, having a physical experience. You are the star in the sky. So you fear this. You fear it. Why would you fear it? Because you also are resisting the Hierophant. And these both talk about spirituality, being connected to the divine, your higher self, your the higher power. So I'm thinking that Source is telling you to do some more work in this area. Whether you be the leader, the light that draws people out of the darkness, or you need to seek out like-minded people, people that you can talk with and share your ideas with, and get that sense of, you know, connection with other people. And that way you will feel like a real person, like you're living your true authentic life. You know, you're not being judged. So this Judgment card also talks about karma, okay? And it is a completion. So what all the work or all the things that you've done in the past will come back to you, but it will come back in a good way. Okay, this means an end to suffering as well. It's being enlightened. It's I hope you understand what I'm saying. Okay, so I'm going to look at the bottom of the deck here for an overall energy. I'm not surprised. So this is the Eight of Swords. This talks about being in a mental prison created by yourself. If you look at this woman, she is tied up, but the ropes are tied very loosely. So she can just very easily wiggle out of it, allow the ropes to drop, and take that blindfold off. And then she realized that all of these swords, which are thoughts, are all self-imposed, and she just needs to walk away from this prison that she's created for herself. So that works really well with this Judgment card here. Okay, realizing that you are awake, that you are not bound by these chains. Okay, you are free to go whichever direction that you choose. Follow your heart. Okay, so I got my deck here, so I'm just going to pull some clarifier cards. So right off the bat, I'm going to, yes, I am in my pajamas. I've been working my butt off, so I got home from work and right away hopped in my jams. So I hope I said your name correctly this time. It's Aurora, right? I apologize if I called you Nama. It's a very unique name, I gotta say. Let's see. Yeah, Aurora. All right. So I'm going to pull a card for this Knight of Cups here. Does this mean movement is what I'd like to know. Does he want to move forward with his cup of love and offer it to you? Or is this just how he views the relationship? Four of Cups. So this talks about somebody who is longing. This is a man who's sitting at the window and he's looking out, and he feels that things have gone stagnant, and they're not moving fast enough. There's been a long period of wait or pause. So that, coupled with the Nine of Cups, is telling me that there is still love and desire to be with you. But there's, things going on in his world that he still needs to complete, and they will be coming to completion soon. Something that's been causing him a lot of burden. And it probably has to do with finances. But yeah, so it seems to me like he wants to move forward with this, but he can't for some reason. It's stalled out. Maybe, and because it's a cups, it has to do with emotions. Both of these are cups. So again, could have to do with a water sign, but mainly cups are emotion. Okay, so what is this Two of Pentacles here? Wow, I keep getting this card today. That is amazing. The Sun card. The best card in the major arcana. This is yes to whatever question that you asked is yes. This is a very positive card. It's abundance, peace, harmony. So that coupled with the Two of Pentacles. So, and it's a message from his higher self, right? So it's telling me he wants this happy ending, this happy, blissful ending, because that's what this represents. The Sun card is completion, or it could be the beginning of something. But this means that, abundance and whatever it is that you're going after is assured. So it just seems to me like he's trying to find balance in his life. He knows what makes him happy and passionate. He knows that his future can be bright like the sun. But he's finding a hard time finding his footing. Yeah. And it seems to me like he's made some plans, but there's a decision that still needs to be made regarding the 3D world. But whatever he decides, it will come out in his favor. He will get what he desires. So it sounds like he's making plans for his future. Okay. So I'm just going to pull a card for this Ace of Cups here in his present position, which is right in the middle of his reading, right here. Whoa. This one here wants to jump out at me. Oh my God. The Divine Feminine, period. This is the Divine Feminine Twin. These are my cards. The only meaning that this card has is twin flame, the feminine aspect. He sees you presently as the divine feminine, and he wants to offer his cup of love, this new beginning of love. So you asked if he is your twin. From all accounts, from what I'm seeing here, is that there is that divine connection for sure. This could also, the Hierophant could also mean that this is a divinely guided union as well. Okay, so he wants to move forward with that in the future, but he's planning right now. So I'm going to pull a card for this King of Pentacles. Is this a person, or is this associated with the burden? the two tens here. Manifesting. Okay, this is a 9 of Swords. This talks about somebody staying up all night and being consumed with thought. They're not getting any rest. They feel really guilty about something that they've done in the past, and they can't seem to move beyond it. So this is why he fears this 3D manifestation. He's consumed with worry. He's afraid of contacting you, possibly moving forward with this love, because he doesn't want to be shot down and hurt. So yeah, that's why he fears it. He's afraid right now. He's terrified, consumed with thought and worry. So he needs to move through that fear before anything can happen. Okay, so I want to pull a card for the Queen of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles. So this is the pregnant pause. This is somebody who has put a lot into a relationship or a career, or, you know, something in the 3D world. And you've done the work, the planning, and now you're waiting for that payoff. This card always shows up in a twin flame reading. The female is always waiting. Clearly, because there's a runner involved, right? So the Queen of Pentacles, you view yourself as this queen, ready, financially abundant, or can stand on your own. You feel powerful. And you're waiting. You're waiting for the tide to turn. You're waiting for the payoff. You're waiting for your ships to come in. So this is a woman that I painted. This is actually, in real life, this painting is quite large. So I've reduced it to the size of a card. But it's a woman waiting for the tide to turn. You can see she's waiting to go surfing there. Her surfing board is sitting there. So yeah, it's a period of waiting. You feel like you're waiting for him in the 3D world, in the material world, in the physical world. But he's afraid. He's afraid to reach out. Okay, so for your message from your higher self, you got the 8 of Wands. So I just want to see what that's about. Ha 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 ha! Oh my God. That's this card that I was talking about. This is the same card. It's communication. It's the exact same card. Communication, communication, communication. You want to communicate. And I think that Spirit is telling you is that that communication will happen. That your relationship is divinely guided. So I want to pull a card for this as well. Why are you resisting the Hierophant? Why are you resisting the High Priest? This could be his energy in the spiritual form. There's a High Priestess and a High Priest. So this could represent the divine masculine in a spiritual form. So I'm getting the feeling that maybe one of you, most likely him, isn't really awake just yet, not fully conscious, like most divine feminines are. You know, you're obviously connected to Source, otherwise you wouldn't be seeking me out looking for a tarot reading. You would need to be able to believe on some level that there really is truly a connection with Source, okay? So the Hierophant, please. This is the Ace of Pentacles. This is a brand new beginning in the 3D world. Which doesn't really answer my question. So far, there's 3 aces in the reading. So, another reading that this card could have could be like a religious institutional laws that you might be connected to. So maybe there's a marriage involved. That's what I'm kind of picking up on. Perhaps you might be still married or vice versa, and you need to be released from that marriage in order to begin this new life in the 3D world. So yeah, this is, again, it's a gift from the universe. It's a brand new start. You're being handed the key. And it's kind of interesting because he has two keys in front of him here. He holds the key to sacred knowledge. And universe is handing a key to you, but you're resisting that key. You're resisting that new beginning, or he is, one of the two. It sounds to me like maybe he is, because it's the high priest. But it's in your resisting position. I don't know. Only you'll know the answer to that. And hopefully you'll write me back and let me know if this resonates with you. Also, let me know if you'd like to share it privately. Publicly. Right now, I will upload it privately. So any video that gets put out there, I'm sure helps somebody somewhere. So it might be something you want to think about. Okay, so what is this King of Wands here in your past position? Is this a person or an energy? Wow, I always get this card. So this is communication. Honest, open communication. This is the Page of Swords. So he speaks his truth. So that coupled with the King of Wands, maybe there's been some communication in the past that swords are usually double-edged, so it could cut, it could hurt. Truthful conversation could hurt. I'm going to pull one more card for that. Communication is pretty strong in your reading right now. Wow, the Queen of Cups again. Same card. So this is in his energy surrounding him. This card is coming in the past position with the Page of Swords. This could also represent a younger energy, like a child or someone in their young adulthood. So there could be a child involved that might be separating a union or keeping you connected to someone who is a fire sign. But again, the Queen is a very loving, generous person, and it's coming in the past position. So it seems to me like either there's been some communication between the two here that has to do with speaking your truth, or this could just represent an energy of a man and a woman with a child involved. But this isn't, the child would be an air sign if it is. I hope this makes sense to you. A lot of people involved for sure. Okay, so I'd like to know what the Four of Pentacles is, please, Spirit. Four of Pentacles on a Four of Pentacles. Wow. Wow. It's a double whammy again. It's very rare that I get two cards overlaid that are exactly the same twice. So you needing to express yourself, somebody being closed off. This is a future position. Of course, I'm going to pull one more card on top of that one. Let me just pull this one. Wow, Chariot. So the Chariot talks about using your will to move forward. Using self-control You can see he's on a surfboard. Are you near water? A lot of water in your reading. Or does your twin live near an ocean, or do you have to cross a body of water? Because lots of water showing up here. Yeah. And the communication is by air too as well. So yeah. I'm getting the sense that this is a major arcana. This is going after what you desire by pure will. It's an uncontrolled energy. You're letting go of the reins and you're allowing the current to take you where it needs to go. But Spirit is also telling you to grab those reins and direct yourself. You have control of the direction of your life. Still kind of foggy. I'm going to finish pulling clarifiers for the rest of these cards, and maybe that one will make sense. It's almost like there's, at some point, there's, he will or you will come out of this closed off energy and go towards that which your dreams in the future. Yeah, because he's getting the ace in his future position. So it's a brand new beginning. Okay, so what is the Five of Wands, please? Ah. Justice card, 11. So karma will come back to you in a good way. What you reap, you sow. And this is confirmation from Spirit saying that everything's going to work out the way that it's supposed to. You will get your just reward. So this conflict, whatever's happening right now, you need to walk away from it. Whatever you're struggling against, or whatever this energy is that's surrounding you, allow it to dissipate. Walk away from it. And allow things to unfold as they should. Because karma's on your side. Justice is on your side. Okay, so what is this energy that's surrounding you? It's the Six of Swords here. What does this mean? You're moving to calmer waters. High Priestess. Of course she would show up. It's the surrounding energy. High Priestess. You are connected. You're aware. You're aware that you need to move forward in a positive motion. Spirit is asking you that while you do this, moving through the storm, that you turn within, use your inner knowing to guide you through this, on this journey. So we have the High Priest and High Priestess have showed up in your reading, which is awesome. Okay, one more card for, ooh, got a jumper here. I don't like that one. Anyway, I can choose whether or not I want to use a flipper or not. Okay, so Judgment. Why are you fearing judgment? Are you fearing that you will be judged? Two of Wands. So this tells me that there was a brand new beginning, something that made you feel fiery and passionate. It was a brand new beginning in desire, I guess. It could also represent creativity, but a new start, a gift from the universe. So you got all 4 aces in this reading. Or no, this is not an ace. Sorry, this is a 2 of wands. So this talks about seeing the possibilities, expanding your horizons, walking through the door, and choosing a path, following your heart's desire, going after what makes you feel alive and passionate. So a 2 usually has to do with a decision that needs to be made. So you can see here, if you walk through that door, you have the universe in the background there. So all possibilities, expands yourself. So that, coupled with the Judgment card, is telling me that you're kind of resisting or fearing letting go possibly of attachments, expanding your horizons, looking for other possibilities. I don't know. Only you'll know what this means. Okay. So I am now just going to pull a card from Call It Baron Reed for the message from the universe. This one is calling to me. Golden Palace. Oh my God. That's awesome. Sounds like abundance is really coming towards you. That's kind of a similar feel to this card here. So, Golden Palace, let me read that to you. So yeah, your entire reading seems to be around the material world. Okay, Golden Palace. Wow, I kind of opened to it right away almost. There is always enough. The Golden Palace card represents good fortune, ambitions fulfilled, wealth, and prosperity. It may also indicate emotional fulfillment, as perhaps you're entering a time of happiness that is long overdue. The message here is that self-worth isn't measured by what you have. Isn't that what I was saying? Isn't measured by what you have. Hold on. Missed my place here. No matter how abundant your life is. Instead, it comes from what you are. How authentically you're living your life and how much love you're willing to share. Granted, receiving this card does indicate material gain and a furthering of tangible rewards, but things come and go, and knowing your true value leads to greater riches. Now, share the wealth. Wow, that completely sums up the entire reading. Okay, self-worth, living your life authentically. So, he or you are placing too much value on the material world. What matters is your love for one another, not what you can give to each other, not how much somebody has, their material wealth. What matters is the love, that deep connection between two people, especially if they're twins. All right, I hope this helps. Cheers and much love.